Well, they are elevated if it's not in front of crowds.
Well, I don't think that.
And that crowd was an authentic crowd.
Well,
what you saying?
Yeah, I think the crowd is there because of we know now
the artist.
No, the crowd is there now because we know now that everybody in that room were vaccinated. You had to show vaccine identification cards or passports in order to get in. And as far as I saw a guy on YouTube that I watched battle rap. What's his name? Something Fly. I forgot his name. He was there. He told the event. He said you had to show your card. If you didn't show your card, it was strict. You're not getting in.
Which just bring us into mandates.
Yes, we now know that New York is the first state to require proof of vaccination for indoor dining in gyms.
Well, here in Seattle, you have to, in some restaurants that are selected to do it, because it's not federal really now or state. It's up to the businesses now to decide how they want to do this. So some restaurants in downtown Seattle, they require for you to be vaccinated to be able to eat indoors. So your business can say, just imagine if a grocery store like a Safeway said, in order to shop here,
you got to be vaccinated.
You got to be vaccinated.
Well, I don't think they can go that far. Right now, they can only deal with employees.
Yeah.
We saw last week they came out and said that government workers have to get vaccinated or have to be tested stringently, and that's once a week. And so that's your male, women, and men. That's your garbage man. That's your police. By the way, a lot of police, your metro drivers. A lot of the police are kind of iffy on it too.
Yeah.
So now, starting this week, they're starting to convince. Let's be honest, it's not really the government doing this. Businesses are starting to put rules in where anybody who worked for them has to be vaccinated.
Well, yeah, my boss, she came to me trying to pick my brain. You know how they do.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, and she said, oh yeah, I meant to tell you this. Up in Yakima, my whole staff had COVID-19 and everybody was out. And she was just like, it's getting so bad to the point where now the company is saying that we probably need to have everyone vaccinated because, if one person gets it and they spread it to everybody else, that means we lose a whole team. And God, I just can't lose you. If you were out of this kitchen, if you were out, I think we would just close. And I was just like, I'm not getting no vaccine. I don't feel comfortable taking no vaccine. She said, I know we haven't, pressured it or are not pursuing it as of yet, but I was just, trying to see. I was like, you trying to pick my brain to see if you can convince me to take a vaccine. And damn well I told you if you make it mandatory here.
No. Once again, to anybody who's out there, if you're listening, you work.
This is my preference for me.
No. I'm making the point. If you work for a company and they try and make you take it, all you have to do is draft up a letter.
Yeah.
Saying, if I do not want to take it, but if I take it and suffer any injuries or death,
you're held liable.
You will be held liable and your company will be sued. That's all you got to do. And most of them going to back up. That's all you can do right now. Or quit, obviously.
Or try to pursue the whole, it goes against my religion based on the things that they put into the vaccine.
Yeah. So that's that. So like I said, now they're going, you got businesses trying to convince people to get vaccinated, or now small businesses are also doing it too. And I wonder, will that start to affect customers? Because what if customers, we found out now that vaccinated people, it is possible for them to shed the virus. So if you're a customer and the entire staff of this business is vaccinated, do you really want to go in there? Isn't it dangerous at this point?
Yeah, it's dangerous.
At this point, they kind of preparing for it. They don't want to do it. Like we're going towards a lockdown.
People been saying, I don't think they said they're not going to do a lockdown. I done say this in 3 videos. I don't know what it is about the month of September. For me, it's just building up. This is kind of, there's shortages to get food out. Yeah. Drivers don't want to drive supply chain. I think a lot of people don't want to drive for these food companies is because, let's think about it. It's been a year and a half. We were shut down for a year and a half almost. They went from having 20 to 21 food stops to like 8 or 9 or 10. And let's face it, people gotten lazy. People don't want that stress on their bodies no more. They feel like they should be paid more. It's like the people who continue to work are exhausted, and the people who stop working are now lazy. They don't want to have to do that anymore. And the ones who have been doing it for a year and a half are so exhausted, they just want to quit. Yeah. They're like, fuck it. I've been doing this for a year and a half. Now I want to sit back and collect my unemployment.
Let's be honest. The workforce is trying to get raises.
Yes, the
across
workforce.
The board, people are trying to get raised. Unions are starting to look at this. We saw the teachers pissing people off. The parents, they pissing people off.
Even with the school, just about all the school district are only between 70 and 80% have bus drivers. They need to be at 100%.
Yeah.
So some parents gonna have to
drive the kids to school.
They're gonna let you know you gotta take your kids to school. If you live at this radius, you gotta walk them to school.
And then we know that schools are about to open, but how that's gonna go. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and just play the video of de Blasio speaking on the mandatory vaccines.
This is crucial because we know that this will encourage a lot more vaccination. We've seen it already. We've seen the impact of the mandate we've put in place for city workers already starting to move people to vaccination. We've obviously seen the positive impact of incentive as well. The goal here is to convince everyone that this is the time. If we're going to stop the Delta variant, the time is now. And that means getting vaccinated right now.
And look at the things that they chose to make vaccinated. That's your gym, your indoor dining, and what performances by people.
The article is here.
So those are all things that they deemed as what? Non-essential, things that you don't need. So for you to enjoy these luxuries or be able to participate or interact with other people, you have to be vaccinated in order to do these things.
You see here's the article, New York Times. New York City to require proof of vaccination for indoor dining and gyms. Mayor Bill de Blasio said that the tough restrictions were necessary to encourage New Yorkers to get vaccinated and curtail the third wave of coronavirus. Now, you see here, New York City will become the first U.S. city to require proof of vaccination for a variety of activities for workers and customers, indoor dining, gyms, and movie theaters. Man, the movie theaters weren't got, but they've been beat. AMC, they've been beating the hell out of AMC.
And the movie theater should have said, I ain't doing this shit.
But a move intended to put pressure on people to get vaccinated, Mayor Bill de Blasio announced on Tuesday. The restrictions similar to mandates issued in France and Italy last month represent the most aggressive. Now, Italy and France they was out there in the street marching against this mandate.
They weren't showing that.
They were not showing it. Well, we saw that the yellow jackets were in the street for almost 2 years and they didn't even talk about that.
With damn guillotines.
Yeah, boy, France. But we know France, even though that's not their history, France is known for
rebellion
and stuff. It's not their history.
Government.
Yeah. But the restrictions similar to France and Italy from last month represent the most aggressive response to lagging vaccination rates in the United States. The vaccinations have been lagging since what, April? Around April, it started to plateau. They started seeing the numbers kind of become stagnant. Yeah. Before that, it was skyrocketing. People was going to go get them.
And they knew that. That's why I don't know why Biden was like, he was going to open up July 4th when he knew that he was not going to meet his goal. He knew he was going to meet the deadline.
It got to around 45% and it just
plundered.
It ain't plundered. It hasn't been going down. It hasn't been going up.
It's been staying steady.
It's been staying steady. They say allegedly about 500,000 people a day and all this other stuff. I don't know. The restrictions, I already read that. Mr. said he hoped that other cities would implement similar measures. This is a miraculous place, literally full of workers. Mr. de Blasio, if you are vaccinated, all this is going to open up for you. But if you're unvaccinated, unfortunately, you will not be able to participate in many things.
So extroverts out there.
Ooh. Well, let's be honest. New York is 60%, 66% vaccinated. So they almost at 70, 80%.
I know y'all don't like being by yourself. You draw energy from other people. But you gotta make a decision. What's more important? You going out and being around other people, or you trying to keep yourself safe? Because I'm an introvert. I am an introvert, but I know how to, when I go out into the world, I know how to transition myself into, being able to speak and engage with people.
What's the next thing we want to speak about with this?
So the Fauci.
Oh,
Dr. Fauci.
Yeah. See, this is what we meant by me not being organized. But Fauci made a point. Dr. Anthony Fauci is warning that fully vaccinated people are also susceptible to long COVID. What the hell is that? If they have a breakthrough infection. We already know that people who get a breakthrough infections and don't go on to get advanced disease requiring hospitalization, they too are susceptible to long COVID. Fauci told McClatchy, you're not exempt from long COVID if you get breakthrough infections. Now, what is long COVID?
Did he go into description of what long COVID was?
As the Delta variant surges, Fauci said, there could be a variant that's lingering out there that can push aside Delta. If another one comes along that is equally high capability of transmitting, but also is much more severe, then we could really be in trouble. Now, okay, we know that they're naming this after the Greek alphabet, right?
I said that. Now,
what's the next one? Labamba?
Alpha, Delta. I think it's.
No, there's another one coming out right now called Labamba.
That is variant?
I think it's called the Labamba variant. I'm not sure.
Is that the one coming from Colombia?
I think it's Colombia. I'm not sure. No,
yeah, remember they said Colombia has a variant that's coming out now too.
Yeah, the Colombia variant is in Florida right now. There's been cases in Florida. The Colombia variant, I don't know if that's the same one as the Labamba variant. I don't know how to say it. Let me try to find it right quick. But you got all these.
I think after. Well, no, Delta isn't after Alpha.
I'm not saying it's in order.
Labamba. Yeah, that is one of the Greek alphabets. Yep. It's like they're skipping 2 or 3. It's actually Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta.
Yeah, here it goes. COVID variant, Washington State Department of Health. Okay, a Labamba variant, unusual mutations puzzle scientists. Yeah, it's called Labamba.
Why are they naming the variants after Greek alphabets?
I don't know. But that's the new one that they're saying is out here. So
I mean, they are going in kind of in order. They're just skipping a couple. This is just getting stranger and stranger.
What was the next one after? So we talked about I don't know
what
the
Boston mayor. She conveyed.
Yeah. Now long COVID, I don't know what that is.
That's like that. That almost reminds me of like all these movies they keep showing when people are turning into zombies.
I wonder, is long COVID because you're vaccinated and you don't show as many symptoms? Does that mean it stays in your body longer?
It stays in your body longer, and you have to wonder how much damage it's doing to your body.
Well, my point is, if you are vaccinated and you are infected with Delta or whatever, and you get long COVID, it doesn't mean because you're not as sick or severe, it lasts longer though. So it's lower symptoms, but it lasts longer. Is that what it is?
Possibly. I just wish they would have went into, specified or gave details to what is long COVID.
Well, yeah, we saw also, as you brought up, he wants more people to be supportive of the mandates. But we saw the Boston mayor is a black woman. She came out against it, and she made the point that she believes she compared it to slavery and birtherism. And birtherism is the thing about that happened with Obama. But I'm gonna show the video here when it load up of her making the comparison. And she got a lot of backlash from, I'm guessing she's a Democrat. She got a lot of backlash for saying this. Let me just show you what she had to say. All right, this is her right here. Let's see what she had to say.
There's a long history in this country of people needing to show their papers, whether we're talking about this from the standpoint of during slavery, post-slavery, as recent as, what an immigrant population has to go through here. We heard Trump with the birth certificate nonsense.
can't play that music. I forgot. Sorry, Eric. Got to pause that. Now, you see here, it said Mayor Kim Janey argued that such a mandate could disproportionately impact BIPOC.
Get that shit out of here.
Black, indigenous, people of color communities, to which City Councilor Andrea Campbell tweeted. Now, what did I say in our last video? I said, if you mandate vaccines, if you mandate vaccine passports to be shown, or vaccine identification cards, whatever, vaccine cards to be shown, wouldn't that cause criminalization of people who don't have it? Because right now it's just employees and do you want to get in this business? But at some point it's going to go further. So what happens when a black dude walking down the street in Philly and the police officer stops him and says, hey, do you have your vaccine card? And he goes, man, I'm on my way somewhere. Leave me alone. The same thing as walking up to me asking me for my ID. What do you want from me? I'm just on my way somewhere. Oh, I'm just, there's something that happened. I'm checking you out. No, I ain't do nothing. Now he on video getting harassed by the cops.
I find it funny because they're making, they're talking about voter rights.
And that's the next thing we're going to show, what she had to say right here. So after this, her tweet about to come up right quick. Hold on. This is her tweet. When we are combating a deadly virus and vaccine hesitancy, this kind of rhetoric is dangerous. Showing proof of vaccination is not slavery or birtherism. We are too close to give ground to COVID. Science is science. It's pretty simple. Vax up and mask up.
Now, I'm tired of them talking about the science.
Listen, science is not science, by the way. Science is constantly meant to be challenged. You're not supposed to just listen to science. You're supposed to challenge it every single moment. Constantly challenge science. But anyway, now, for the last couple months, we've been seeing these politicians outside call themselves protesting voter rights restrictions that allegedly the Republicans are levying on right now, how they're attacking voter rights. Mm-hmm. And one of the things they say is, you can't force people to show identification cards. Black people they can't get ID cards. This is just racism. This is Jim Crow.
Which is crazy. You should have to show an identification card when you go vote.
That's my point.
That's common sense.
So right now the expectation is, as a black person, I'm not supposed to be responsible enough to have an ID to go vote, but I am supposed to be responsible enough to get this vaccine and make sure I have my vaccine card on me.
No.
Well, what?
The Democratic Party ain't shit. They turn on their own inside the Democratic Party. Look how they just did Nina Turner.
Well, it wasn't really them. They never really supported her because, if
she's a progressive.
Yeah, if you're a Bernie person, you burnt. They pretty much burned.
They was never gonna let her get in office.
Yeah, and it's funny how they made sure to put a black woman against it.
But yeah, this is a Democratic Party. It got them, and I don't know how the conservatives just don't rip their ass.
They so
Fox News. This should have been like,
they did.
Look at this.
I'm pretty sure, but the Republicans are stupid.
They're so stupid.
They just as dumb. It's like both parties are just. It's just like, dumb people They just throw shit at each other.
The Democratic Party, they contradict themselves all the time.
All the time, and somehow they keep beating these people.
How about to vax up and mask up, man?
Remember when what's his name, Juvenile, released that vax that thing up remix?
Just an ignorant Negro.
And you just go,
he ignorant.
Lord have mercy. So obviously he's requiring proof. You got certain people that's against it. You got people that was actually out protesting this mandate across the country, actually saying, no, you can't allow this. You had unions saying they don't want to allow mandates. You can't mandate me to do something.
Unions for employees are some of the best things that happen because they definitely help employers out.
Obama said
he get to have a birthday bash during the pandemic.
So remember back around November, December in California, the governor told people to not have more than 10 people in their house. And if you do, y'all need to wear masks and all this.
That was
shit.
Governor Newsom.
And it's like, you telling me what to do in my house?
He telling you you can't have your mother over for Thanksgiving.
You tell me I gotta tell my grandma put a mask on.
You mean to tell me I can't get my mac and cheese and
I gotta put my mask down to eat and then put it back up?
There's special dishes that people make to bring to Thanksgiving.
Man, I can't smell man, you tripping. But here's the thing. This was stupid. Restaurants had a controlled amount of people that can go in, right? And you had to wear a mask.
Mhm.
So I go into this business with a mask on, but when I sit down, I can take it off. What? What's the point of me wearing the mask? So when I sit down, I can't get COVID. But when I'm standing up, I can get it. So I sit down,
Well, they're
I eat without my mask, and then I put the mask
they're
back on.
saying that you're passing past people in order to get to your table, and it's not social distancing. But
I'm
once
sitting
you
next
get
to people at the
your
damn tables.
But
It's tables.
it's supposed to be nobody sitting, but it's supposed to be spread it out throughout the restaurant. It's supposed to be 6 feet
Bruh,
from
that's stupid.
each other. We know that
I've
it's
seen,
stupid.
I've seen stories and seen videos of people trying to walk into a restaurant or a store, and they're like, "You need to put your mask on." Like, I'm about to sit down right there. Like, point to the spot. I'm about to sit down right there. Put your mask on.
I've seen them have up those shields, and the shield just go right there above their head.
Right there
It's
above
like
their head.
my breath, I could blow my breath.
Blow up I can turn into a terrorist real quick. Just blow up in the air. Set
Just
everybody on fire. But Obama's having a bash
Let me hold
at
on.
Martha's Vineyard. Isn't it
I'm gonna
Trump's
talk
place?
about it. John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. I'm so fucking tired of them talking about those two.
Witches.
Chrissy Teigen is a man. I'm putting it out there.
It's a man.
That's a man,
It's
baby.
a man. What's that dude name? His
She was
channel?
never pregnant.
Wait. What's that dude's name? Channel? We stealing his shit. He's a man. Bomb man.
Bomb something.
Bam Man.
He used to
That's
be on YouTube.
It's a dude on YouTube who used to say
Savage Robot too.
Savage
He be going in on their asses too.
What's that word he be using? Lucy.
The goat Lucy.
Goat Lucy. But yeah, I think that's a man as well. So stars descend on Martha's Vineyard Friday ahead of former President Obama's 60th birthday party after his spokeswoman claimed the Saturday bash would be scaled back to include only family and close friends.
That's a lie.
Celebrity couples such as John Legend and Chrissy Teigen.
Chrissy Teigen.
Teigen? That's it?
It's Teigen. They talk about her fucking ass all the time. It's Chrissy Teigen. Teigen.
Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union.
Oh, the
Spotted-
booty eaters.
Yeah, pretty much.
They eat ass.
I remember when she said that, and niggas started posting pictures. There was a picture of Dwayne Wade dunking, and he laying on the ground with his ass in the air. And it was a big sweat spot.
What's Magic Johnson's son name? He eat ass too. Somebody said
Yeah,
he was talking to a breast smell like straight asshole shit. It was an article something of you. Somebody said that.
I forgot
shit.
who said that. I remember when 50 Cent said Beyonce breast stink.
Listen, everybody Obama has invited to his birthday bash. I'm sure all their breasts smell like ass.
Teigen, who has recently come under fire for past bullet, I don't care about that. Actor Don Cheadle was also caught making his arrival wearing a fedora.
Don Cheadle. Damn, Don Cheadle too? I'm not surprised.
Yeah, aerial photographs of the former First Family's sprawling 29-acre property showed a massive tent flanked by smaller staging tents, outdoor furniture, and dance floor, and a large raised stage with speakers and the technical equipment. Other megastars, including Jay-Z and Beyonce, Stephen Colbert, and Oprah Winfrey, were also on the island. According to the pictures of report in the Daily Mail, John Kerry, President Biden's climate czar, was also in attendance, according to the report.
This is what they're doing. They're talking about how they're gonna kill off more people.
Oh, we're gonna get to that too.
The baby blood.
We'll get to that.
Listen, they ain't been able to get shit popping a long time. I feel so sorry for the people they have taken and about to do these damn rituals on.
Yeah,
I think the Most High, they didn't catch my black ass.
Oh no, they don't want
But
you too old.
I'm
You're
too old.
You can't be
They
over-
like babies.
Yeah.
It's going down on
The
that
party is
island.
initially set to feature 475 guests and 200 workers, but an Obama spokeswoman on Wednesday said that the party will be rolled back after an outbreak of the Delta variant nearby Cape Cod. So what they're saying is we got caught, so we're going to scale it back, but it's going to be the same people.
It's going to be more.
The media not going to cover this no more.
It's more than what they're actually saying it is. Sense.
I'm going to show a video of Slim Thug's comments on people who don't get vaccinated. When I saw this, I was so mad. I was hot.
Was he mainly talking about black people or people
Well, he
in
never
general?
said it, but it's clear.
But you got the vibe of who he was talking about based on the language he was using.
He never said it, but you know who he was talking to.
This is crucial.
Take the vaccine, but too dumb to wear your mask. You stupid fucks. Now y'all fucking up the population. Got the shit back bad, cause your dumb ass believes somebody trying to hurt your broke ass with a vaccine. Nobody give a fuck about your broke ass, nigga. Nobody trying to kill you broke motherfuckers. Why the fuck somebody trying to kill you broke motherfuckers? What is y'all doing on earth? Well, nigga is trying to kill y'all. You motherfuckers ain't doing shit. Why nigga is aiming to kill you? You dumb motherfucker. Take the vaccine, you stupid fuck. Y'all fucking up the population. If these shows get canceled and I start losing money, I swear, motherfuckers. Hey. If I start losing this show money because you ugly, stupid motherfuckers don't want to wear y'all masks and don't want to take the vaccine, you better pick one, you stupid fuck. Don't let me catch you ugly motherfuckers in the streets without no mask on talking about you ain't got that, you don't believe in the vaccine.
He's so, you know what? This
hold on.
Let me tell you.
We were just laughing.
But I was laughing at the beginning, but towards the end, got serious.
That's what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, all he cared about is his shows.
His shows. That's the part that got me upset when he started talking about if my damn show what you gonna do if your show get?
Ain't gonna do nothing.
What the fuck you gonna do if your show get canceled? What are you gonna do? You gonna go whoop every one of the who you gonna go beat? That is a selfish individual who cares about sheep going to his concerts, listening to him just so he can make some money.
It's him thinking that no one wants. The overpopulation has been talked about. Overpopulation is not real. If you've ever been on a plane, look out the window and what do you see?
Nothing but land.
Empty. You know how much land nobody is living on in this country? And you can fit the entire world's population in one country. It's more than enough land for people. We're not even close to overpopulating the planet. There's places on this planet nobody ever been. What do they talk anyway? But for him to say that nobody trying to kill you, even though for him to say no one is trying to kill your broke ass.
Boy, need a fire slapped out of his ass.
Look at this. This is back in 2009. Top billionaires hold secret meeting. Now, this first article, they're not going to go into the gravy, but we're going to get to it. Bill Gates, David Rockefeller Sr., Oprah Winfrey, and other leading philanthropists meet in secret New York this month to discuss ways to promote efforts to solve growing social problems. In a quiet meeting closed to the news media and the public, Bill Gates, David Rockefeller, Oprah Winfrey, and other leading philanthropists met in New York to discuss ways to promote efforts to solve growing social problems in America and abroad. The unusual event was held May 5th at Rockefeller University and was organized by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. We know now the divorce and Bill Gates been had the Epstein. What I tell you? I said that was a business move. The reason why Bill Gates divorced Melinda is because that Epstein thing ain't going nowhere. It sullied them, even though the stuff he's been doing to those African people should have been sullied him, but nobody cares about that.
Nobody cares about them.
So because the Epstein thing happened, he now has to separate himself from the foundation and all the other stuff. Don't be surprised if they don't rename it the Melinda Gates Foundation or Melinda Foundation or something. But among the high-profile participants was Ted Turner, Warren Buffett, George Soros, and New York City Mayor Michael R. Bloomberg, all of those philanthropists who have appeared at one time in the Chronicles ranking America's most generous donors. See, this article is trying to bolster them and make them seem like nice people.
They ain't shit.
Now, the original article came from Irish Central, but I'm going to read it from the Times, which is the London Times. What they really came to do, reject all, buddy. What they really came to do, America's richest people meet to discuss ways of tackling a disastrous environmental, social, and environmental threat. Some of America's leading billionaires have met secretly to consider how their wealth could be used to slow the growth of the world's population.
Which comes through.
And speed up improvements in health and education. The philanthropists who attended the summit convened on the initiative of Bill Gates, the Microsoft co-founder, discussed joining forces to overcome political and religious obstacles. Now, what's the religious and political obstacles? Oh, we have to tell people it's okay to have Planned Parenthood is good. Huh?
Should we go ahead and talk about abortion now?
I guess we will. Now, that's a good point. So when they say political, they mean that. And when they say religious, it's obvious. Who gonna be okay with you saying that people need to die?
Nobody would be okay with it.
No one's gonna say it's a good thing. Yeah, I agree. People need to
because they realize if I say it's okay for you to start knocking people off, I may be one of the people that get knocked off.
Exactly.
So this is safe.
So
self-preservation
and the self gonna stop me from agreeing with you. Described in a good club by one insider that included David Rockefeller Jr., the patriarch of America's wealthiest dynasty, Warren Buffett and George Soros, the financiers, Michael Bloomberg and Mayor of New York, and the media moguls Ted Turner and Oprah Winfrey. Now, they came there to discuss what they want to talk about. Bill Gates is the one who convinced them overpopulation is what we need to work on. And they all agreed, and they allegedly been working their way towards that, dealing with overpopulation.
And we know what they've been doing for the past year and a half.
Prince Philip quote about reincarnating as a deadly virus to solve overpopulation resurfaces. Now, I'm pretty sure most people don't heard this. A little while ago, I think this was back a while ago. He had an interview where he was asked about what the most troubling thing he has about society going forward, and he said overpopulation. And she said, "Well, how do you expect to deal with that?"
How that's fucking bothering you? How that's affecting him? He's a fucking prince.
He's not no damn prince. He's a usurper. He's a fraud. But he said overpopulation. And so they said, okay. And the woman asked him, how do you expect to deal with that? And she was like, well, are you talking about Planned Parenthood and all that other stuff? He's like, no. He said he would like, if he could, be reincarnated when he died, he would like to come back as a deadly virus and take out a certain percentage of the population.
Well, maybe he Delta.
That's what, and people were saying, look, when did he pass away?
He passed away like a couple months ago.
Just saying.
They should have just named it Prince Philip.
I'm surprised they didn't. Now, if you look here, he actually wrote a book. He has a book where he talks about overpopulation. He has a book about this. But, anybody trying to kill you. Let me show y'all this right here as well. Anybody trying to kill your broke ass. All right. So what about this? Now, they say, you obviously see Alex Jones was right. U.S. government-funded projects harvest organs from babies for medical research, document shows. Now, this is RT, and you talk about RT, they immediately, it's controlled by Russia. Yeah, but that don't mean they don't say real shit.
Oh, Lord, now we're going to be Russian.
We're Russian bots.
No, we're Russian.
What do they call it?
Apologists or something.
Yeah, they'll say something. So when you read this, the U.S. funded a project that collects parts from babies. Some of them are apparently alive moments before their organs are harvested. New documents show, prompting claims that conspiracy theories have been vindicated. The Department of Health and Human Services has awarded at least $2.7 million to the University of Pittsburgh program that sought to create tissue hub sourced from aborted fetuses ranging from 6 to 42 weeks gestation. Details about the program. I want to get to one part. It's planned to harvest and distribute quality tissue and cells. Also included racial quotas. It had to reach a certain number. The university application said that it wanted 50% of its aborted subjects to be minority fetuses. You know what I just wanted? They seek.
Not needed.
So if they need a certain percentage, then who they gonna promote it to more?
The minorities.
Exactly. And when you look at the number of how many children in our community has been
missing.
No, not missing.
Oh, aborted.
Didn't make it out. They literally, we've seen, I'm pretty sure most people have seen the videos of them showing what they do and what happens and all the crazy shit they do. Look what this just said. They want 50% to be minority. But they ain't trying to kill your broke ass.